Be quiet. They coming.
Over the place, so
Yes,
you know
I
I
do.
gotta catch you while it's hot or whatever. Hey, so shit, let's get right to it. Tell the viewers who you are.
G6, the flyest nigga walking, as you can see, sitting here with my guy Terrence. Just a young black entrepreneur, making waves out here. I was born and raised in DC. Well, I was born in DC, raised in DC, Los Angeles, and now Vegas. I attended Beverly Hills High School. From DC, my mom moved to Beverly Hills. I'm like the modern day Fresh Prince. Most of my partners and people kind of give me that moniker.
Yeah.
You didn't really see too many dark-skinned, frivolous guys in the 90s, you know what I mean, living in Beverly Hills.
Nah.
You know, so, did that. My mom didn't want me to be no square, though, so, she made sure I, grew up. Basically, I went to church on Crenshaw and 30th. I'm not sure if you're familiar with West Angeles.
Oh yeah, that's a big church.
Exactly.
That's a real big
Yeah.
church. I've been to a couple funerals there too.
Well, sorry to hear about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Nah, it's all
big
good.
Big church for those that don't remember Live and Die in L.A. Tupac
Yep,
video was
yep.
shot there. Very, very big church. You know what I'm saying? Denzel Washington, Magic Johnson. A lot of celebrities used to go there. So it was also connected to a school. So I went to the school and the church. So, they had fine arts there as far as, performing arts and all that type of stuff. So kind of did that, played sports, played basketball. Went to Beverly High, fast forward, went to Santa Monica College. After I went to Santa Monica College for a little bit, I was like, F that, went out to DC and I started kind of working on 21st and K at a lawyer, like working at a law firm.
Oh, sure, okay.
Yeah, so just switching things up, fresh out of high school, I feel like you should get experience,
Yeah, so you're not a one-trick pony.
Not at all, man. Renaissance black man, so
So let's talk about the music. Like, what really got you?
I was actually right there.
Yeah,
So when I got to
okay.
DC, I was working at the law firm, and it was more or less like I was living in like we call it the Murderland Woods. It's DC, so it's Maryland, so we call it Murderland.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm living over there, and it's like if I had to walk to go get a blunt or something like that, it might take like 10, 20 minutes or something like that to walk. So, on the way to walk, I would make little CDs. I would like rap, make little mixtapes and stuff, and like listen to them to myself and give it out to the homies and stuff like that.
So you remember Tower Records, right?
Come on, man. Right there off, what was that? In Hollywood.
Yeah, so a lot of people, they don't remember record shops. I talk to
CDs,
people.
Come on, man.
Dude, I used to live at record shops. Like, I'm a music guy.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes down to like anything that had to do with music, I used to DJ and stuff like that.
That's dope.
So like Tower Records, Magic Disc, all those record stores in California, those is my spots.
It used to be booming too, man. I remember lines for the hottest album was like buying the new J's and stuff.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you used to had to put on your they had headphones in there, and you could like kind of sample the album before you bought it or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Unless it was a fresh
it's
release.
Just like the little scene in Romeo Must Die when Anthony Anderson did the little
spin.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Most definitely. I remember that vibe.
I mean, it's unfortunate that you went to Beverly Hills High. I know you see it on what's that show, All American?
Hey man, shouts out to Tay Diggs and shouts out to the football coach Carter. You know what I'm saying? Like that show was built around the coach. He coached me.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with that. So and I actually 2 years ago when Tay Diggs had an interview at Dash Radio, he was talking about All American. So shouts out to him. It was pretty dope.
That's what's up. I mean, I went to Carson High, so I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. If we would have played y'all, we probably would have beat y'all.
Y'all, man, y'all would have served us. Let me put that on record. Y'all would have served us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, they wouldn't. I was nice, but, Beverly kind of wasn't nice.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
It was.
But shouts out to Beverly High.
It was one of those things where, all the inner city schools and shit was the shit back then,
Mm-hmm.
and in the private schools and stuff.
It wasn't it. But y'all used to love coming to our gym on our invitation.
Yeah.
And we had the gym that opened up like that.
Well, I used to always be over that way,
Mm-hmm.
because we'll stop off at the Fox Hills Mall.
Come on, man.
And
Stop it.
Cheers
to the Fox Hills.
Cheers to the Fox
Hills.
Hills.
Cheers to the meme if you can make it out the Fox Hills Mall without being noticed.
You're
that guy. He gets it.
Yeah. Man, that used to be the spot where we went to go get numbers.
Of course.
Half the time we wasn't buying shit, or we'll see what the flyest motherfucker had.
Right.
And we kind of emulate that, or whatever. But we made our own ways because we didn't want to be, posers and shit.
That was our era. You got to do you. You couldn't do them.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. So it's a little different now because, shit, just with dating, like I'm still a get out and you know, in the streets type of dude.
Right.
You know,
Like
and
you want to go up and approach. You know what I'm saying? And
I
everybody's
don't
kinda
do all
digital.
that.
Yeah.
You know, that digital shit.
I press my homies about that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I
it's
always
different.
tell them you have to know how to actually walk up and approach these ladies as
I
opposed to
tell them,
DMing and
Yep.
you know Tindering and
Yep.
Tinderloining and all these other words that I'm not familiar with and apps, things of that nature. So yeah.
I tell them that the flyest chicks is not on Tinder.
Mm-mm.
The flyest.
They in
chick-
real life. They're in
yeah,
real life.
you got to go bag them,
Mhm.
and if they're 9 or 10, they're unattainable.
Mhm.
You know, they don't want to talk to you.
Right,
That's just a fact.
unless you got the ism, unless you know what you're
unless you that dude.
Right.
You know, but we'll talk about that on another
Facts.
episode.
That's a whole nother show. That's
You know,
facts.
so let's go back to '08. You know, I listened to a lot of shit that you do, and it seemed like '08 was a pivotal point.
Yes. 2008 is when I signed my digital distribution deal with Latin Cool Records.
Okay.
You know, shouts out to them. It was actually the introduction to kind of like the whole Amazon and digital distribution, like everything that we're seeing now. It's like that happened in 2008, and my son was born in 2008, so that was like an epic year. Yeah, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of kept me grounded because it's more like my son's here, and now I'm looking for an outlet so I can feel like I'm still in the game,
Okay.
in the music, and you know I'm kind of jump started. So it was like that made me feel solid, like taking care of my son, taking care of the family. Now I got a deal. You know, it wasn't like a record deal or nothing like that, but it was definitely distribution very early on. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, 2008. Who was thinking about Amazon? You know, Jeff Bezos wasn't sitting on the money he's sitting on now.
Yeah,
back
that's
then,
Craigslist days.
you know, I was always ahead of the game, always ahead of the curve. Yeah, for sure. You're crazy for that. Yeah, I was always ahead of the game. You know, always knew about having cameras and filming stuff, and just so that that took it to a whole nother level. And then I started doing independent podcasts, radio interviews and things like that. I've been doing that for over 10 years, so always seen ahead of it.
So what made you want to go on like a podcast tour, a radio tour? Like, cause you've been working, you've been fucking moving.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You know,
appreciate it.
that shit goes
Even
unnoticed.
during the quarantine. Let that be known.
Oh,
you know
dog.
if the world shut down, I'm not.
I'm like, damn, this motherfucker on another one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
got
like,
got to.
So what made you want to start doing that? Like,
more or less just, I know at the end of the day, everything is marketing, everything is consistency, and most importantly, everything is discipline. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the most important thing you got to do. But in selling a product or selling music or selling anything, you're selling yourself. So it's like most artists, they want to go around that. You know what I'm saying? They want to go make the music, they want to go shoot the video, they want to go do the Instagram capping, they want to do all these things, but they don't want to go and sit in front of outlets and actually tell their story and let people actually fall in love with them, so to speak. Because if they like you or they love you, they're gonna like your music, whether it's bullshit or it's good.
Yeah, 100%.
So I always knew about that, and just I've always actually been that. So when our era, we came from the era of actually having the it factor.
Right.
I have it. These guys, it's like swag. Swag can be bought. You can buy swag, you can manufacture swag, but that factor that we come from, it's cloth. You know what I mean?
And that's why you got people that's here for a minute, and then you got people that's here for a lifetime. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because the swag, like I said, that comes in trends, that comes in waves, that come in seasons.
Right.
So you might see somebody with a 2-3 year run. For example, Tekashi, right? He had like a 2 year. Trinidad James, they had a 2-year, 3-year run.
And then after that,
it's like, okay, like who's the next best thing? Let's go to some shit. So it's kind of cool that somebody's doing it authentic and organic.
Right. I mean, that's what I pride myself on. As far as doing management with my management company and my artists, that's what I always want to push. I always want to push, let people know you. Because if people rock with you, they rocking with you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You understand LA and Cali. It's like, at the end of the day, my hustle and my game plan and everything, it was, that's where everything kind of happened. So it's like you realize quick, like when people rock with you, they rock with you. You know what I'm saying? I played sports. I was in acting. I was in the church. I was, my mother, I didn't have a dad, so my mother put me in a whole bunch of things. So it was like, in LA, when you do those things, travel ball, you in the circle. It's just like the industry. You're in that 1-2% circle where everybody know you now, and things happen from there. It's about opportunities. As long as you stay in striking distance. So it's like I was always around striking distance, so it's easy to stay authentic. You know what I mean?
So what's more of your passion, management or music? Because it seems like now you do more. Branding and management more than music.
But that's.
I mean, even though you send me some shit.
No, for sure. I appreciate it. I think it just seems like that based on maybe the presentation or the titles that the connotations that get put with certain things. But I've always been that. I always want to help everybody else out.
Everybody eat.
Yeah, but it's more or less, I think it's more or less that now artists are actually signing to, my management company and things like that. So, things are more prevalent. It looks like that. But, I mean, I'm just an executive artist, you know what I'm saying? Like your Rick Ross or your 50, any, you
Shout out to Rick Ross.
Shouts out to Rose. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You already
feel
know.
Me.
Thank you. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, everything comes with the music as well, you know what I'm saying? And, I'm good at that. So it's like, that's the only reason why I kind of haven't put that down. It's actually something that I have a passion for. I'm good at it.
Yeah.
You use it as a tool to market everything, as we've seen, like the big boom with TikTok, they're breaking records now.
Yes.
Soulja Boy, shout out to him. He back in the game, #1 record on TikTok, but because of that, you know what I'm saying? It's because branding is branding, marketing is marketing, but once you get that record, it's a different situation. So you just got to keep everything, it's like 7 streams. So if you want 7 streams of income, and we're in a business where you can do 7, you can literally make $100,000 off of 10 things.
Yes.
You can do, arts, you could do logos, you could do camera, you could be the artist, you could be behind the scenes, ladies could do makeup. There's a slew of things. So in our industry, there's so many private industries inside of our industry.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's one of those situations. So if you master that, and then put the discipline behind it, everything pans out.
So let's talk about let's dig deep into it. Let's talk about the fucking. I know people probably have this perception, like, damn man, like this dude got to be like a pimp or a player or something.
Oh, man, especially in Vegas, yo. Hey, you get that in Vegas, man. I don't know if it's the curl. Is it the curl? I don't know.
I think everybody just see you around moving, the curls, glasses.
Nah, no pimping, pandering. They call that sex trafficking nowadays.
Yeah.
None of that, man. You know what I'm saying? No pimping, no playing. Just, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, deal with one woman at a time. That's what I would always tell. That's what I do, and that's what I would tell anybody else. Everything started popping off the minute you start focusing.
Yeah, I think once you get in a certain light, if I'm gonna say it like this, if you got somebody that's here to let you lead and like be your #1 fan,
right,
then keep that person in your corner.
Facts.
But if you don't, then shit.
Right. It ain't worth it.
It ain't worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Kick them to the curb. Just be that dude. Have casual encounters. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's just easier.
Well, because everybody ain't special. And I'm sorry I had to be the one to say it. And I'm sorry a lot of people say, but at the end of the day, I'll never forget I was at West Angeles, and rest in peace, Michael Clark Duncan.
Right, rest in peace.
Yeah, he came through and talked to us as kids. And it was him and KRS-One. I'll never forget it. And Michael Clark Duncan walked in a room full of kids in the Crystal Room. And he said, all of y'all ain't gonna make it. In church. I probably might have been 12, 13. I don't know how many people or how many kids from that, that shit stuck with.
Yeah.
But he said, everybody in here ain't gonna, everybody in here ain't gonna make it. And then he said whatever he said. And then, KRS-One and came up and, he did the quintessential, no, everybody gonna make it. See, I think that's what's the problem.
Yeah.
Because that's not true.
Well, that's what's sold to people nowadays, that everybody is.
We got to change that.
And then people get mad at me because, and I say it on my podcast, so if you can get mad, you get mad, whatever.
Right.
I say everybody is not equal. Right. So I don't believe in equality, right?
Right.
And, I'm not trying to offend nobody, but everybody is special in different ways. Right. So if you're special in a different way, you can't be equal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean.
You're like, if I do all these things and this guy, he does X, Y, and Z,
right?
You know what I'm saying? He's not equal to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, should people be treated fairly? Yes. Everybody should be treated fairly. I don't care what race, creed, religion, what background, whatever you want to be, you should be treated fairly.
We are equal as far as being humans.
Yes.
Yes. We all have the same anatomy. We all breathe in the same air. I get all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, we got to just be honest with ourselves.
Yes.
Everybody, if everybody wants to be special, there shouldn't be a knack for equality. Like, in that sense, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you said, treat people the same, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? We're all humans, that's another thing. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's different levels. Everybody doesn't want that, you know what I'm saying? I remember my mom, our parents entrepreneurship wasn't a word that was thrown around the household in our era.
No.
Our parents weren't conditioned to that. They were conditioned to a whole nother type of living. So it's like, I remember my mom, when she was like, once I realized what an entrepreneur is, I didn't want to be that because of what you said.
Mm-hmm.
You said, gee, you always move and you always that. My mother didn't want to do that. And there's a lot of people out here that don't want to do that cannot do that and should not do that.
Yeah, I had a dude tell me a couple weeks ago. He said, "You move around the way you move. Like I don't understand like how you are sane. I don't understand." I said, "Wait, hold on. Let me stop you there."
Right.
Growing up, I always wanted to have my own lane.
Right.
So
why? Because there's no traffic. Keep going.
Exactly. You know, when you got your own lane, there's no traffic. It's like the carpool lane. You got the regular lane with the regulars, and you got the carpool lane where you speeding through life, right? So I told him, I said, well, I mean, you might want to be like the average dude, but like I got so many things that I'm talented at that limit. If I just want to be like you, it limits me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I can't be limited. You know, I want to see everybody else win. If I stop, then everybody else stops too.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
there might be a lot of people riding on you winning.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
That's what I tell. And that's one of those things that can be a misconception too. Some people might take you wanting to win so much as being selfish, and we could talk about how that, you know, the whole negative, positive connotation with selfish, but it's like, at the end of the day, it might come across that way, but I want to win 10 trophies for the team.
Yes.
But it might come across that I'm trying to go for 10 trophies for me. I get it, because you're looking at it from the outside in. It's very hard to see things. You know what I'm saying? We're internally. We're living internally.
Yes.
You know, the outside looking in is a different perspective. So
I'm gonna give another great example to that. So, shout out to I Do a Better Media, right? So I had a phone call with the camera girl. I said, look, my vision is for everybody that I come in contact to win at a certain level. So instead of going to X, Y, and Z, I'm coming to you. You, my camera person. I told when I first started Fellas Podcast, I said the way I want to do this. Shout out to Fellas Podcast. Hey, we coming out with that Patreon too. So
it's coming.
Nah, but like I was telling somebody, I said everybody behind me has to fucking eat. I want them to eat. I want them to have their own lane. So when I came out with the podcast, I said, okay, this is gonna be our baby, but I want you to leap forward and do your own things too.
Do you want my good sir?
Oh man, smoke up.
Appreciations. Shouts out to Champagne Talkz and my guy Terrence.
Shout out to Champagne Talkz.
No J. Just lighting one.
Hey, we keep it organic here at Champagne Talkz.
I love it.
But, you know, like I told you, I said, look, dog, I want to see, that's all I want to do is see you win, do your podcast. I got some homeboys, P3. I want all of them to win. I got my homeboy Trey Day. I told him I want him to win. Inglewood Pizzle. I told everybody I want them to win their own light.
Shouts out to everybody.
You know what I'm saying? So, in that instance, everybody was like, yeah, let's do this. So when I do all this shit, I'm not just doing it for me, because you know I'm content.
You should never do it. I feel like
just a lot of other shit.
Yeah, you should never do nothing just for you. And it's like, very good points too. I don't want to. Everything you said, very good points. But it's almost like everything that you do, you want to do. You know how some people do the right thing for the wrong reason.
Yeah, no, everybody do that shit all the time.
Don't not cheat on your girl, or your girl should not cheat on you because of what you or they want. Do it because that's what you're supposed to do, and they reap the byproduct of that. That's what you do in life. You know what I'm saying? Do the right thing first. If I'm solid, you're going to get nothing but solid results.
Right.
I can't fake that. I can't funk that, because my life is this. You feel me? You're getting the byproduct of my life. People too busy trying to, is this what you want? I'm going to do it for you. You feel me? Like, don't deny thyself. You feel me? That's going against yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely agree with you saying, for real.
So what's next? Let me ask you that.
Infinity and Beyond, Buzz Lightyear games. I mean, shit. Shouts out to Las Vegas Entrepreneurs Magazine, top 40 under 40.
Hey, shout out.
You know what I'm saying? I definitely may issue. You might see a guy that resembles myself. Shouts out to Mozzie VS. You might resemble one of my good partners, you know what I'm saying? Solid sports betting king, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Mozzie Pick. Shouts out to Verse the Legend, another executive artist, signed to Money Train Management, who just got number 24 on the Billboard.
Okay.
Yeah. So shouts out to Verse. We will all, hopefully, cross fingers, toes, and all of that, be gracing Las Vegas Entrepreneurs Magazine top 40 under 40.
I think so. We're gonna put that in that, in the
yes. May issue. Seeing as how that's
we're not the rest of the year. Fuck it.
Yeah.
May, June, July.
You know, Money Train May. It has a ring to it. I don't know.
It does.
Got that going. Got Money Mitch, my new single that I got popping. You know, what I'm saying, I just dropped that. Shouts out to Money High Brand. I'm a brand ambassador for them. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Money. He's the owner of the clothing line. He shot the video. He kind of reminded me of you on some, like, right when he was seeing how I was moving, he was like, man, we gotta go. Like,
Yeah.
And that's how I write, like, yo, whatever we gotta do, let's fire off on all cylinders. So I thought that was dope. I'm pushing my artist, Verse the Legend. He has a new single that's coming out. It's called Dance with a Model. We about to do a whole bunch of big things with that. He'll be out here in Vegas, and I'm booking him on Jay Gallen's show, which is the number 6 podcast in Las Vegas, voted by the Associated Press of Las Vegas Entrepreneurs Magazine.
What will be your favorite podcast that you've been on so far?
You really gonna do me that, Rom?
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Oh man.
Like I'm not gonna say the
Champagne Talkz. they let me smoke weed with sponsorships. I'm gonna say them first. Now I'm gonna do it right. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to Jake. I'm gonna give it to shouts out to Jay Gallen. Shouts out to Faded Truth.
Yeah.
Faded Truth is the number 9 podcast. I was on her show yesterday. When you say I do it every day,
it's funny because
Faded
Truth. Yeah, she was on shit.
Right.
That episode did. It was like. Shout out to Faded Truth. Angela at Faded Truth. I just copped some merch, so don't beat me up.
Yeah. You just copped some merch?
Yes.
Okay,
anybody come out with some merch, I fuck with. I'm gonna cop regardless. But that was like the number 3 episode for Fellas Podcast.
And it popped off.
Yeah, that was like that ranks number 3 right now. Like everybody likes hearing about relationships, so that's gonna be number 1.
But that's why I said y'all's 3. You, her, and Jake. Like I'm rocking.
Thank you, sir.
Jake is. I mean, and you 1 for 1. You know what I'm saying? Ain't even done 1 for 1. Jake, solid people. You know what I'm saying? He's over 100 episodes in. Just started last year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's monster beast. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Jake Gallen. You know what I'm saying? I've definitely brought a few of my artists over there. You know, Faded Truth. I was just there yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
I seen that. I seen.
And then I got her on Jake's show. You know what I'm saying? Then I was like, yo, you know.
I seen that too.
So you know, we just. That's why I said y'all the 3 right now. So you know what I'm saying? Let's all link up. Y'all should all link up. Bye bye boom 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 boom. Faded Truth come through. Jake come through. If you want smoke,
Angela,
rocking.
At the end of next month, she's coming through for it's gonna be Fellas Podcast After Dark.
Oh, that's
on
fire.
Patreon. So she's coming through.
That's fire.
We gonna have a couple.
So you be coming up with the remixes?
Yeah, all the
tell.
time.
Yeah, I can tell.
Like when it comes out with all that shit, you know, it's just, you know, I be brainstorming. My team is like this. You put it out, we follow behind you.
Right.
You know, so shout out to my team.
But you're definitely Jordan.
Yes. I got a Dennis and I got a fucking.
And there's nothing wrong with
Dennis
and Scotty and them.
No, they accept the roles and they know what's up. And they, you know, they said on camera plenty of times that.
There you go. That's a beautiful thing. That's how 6 rings happen, and 6 for 6 rings happen. You know, Jordan. You know, when people want to do the who's Jordan, he only sipped champagne. He never did not sip champagne when he goes to the show. He's 6 for 6 for a reason. The formula, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
You know what I'm saying?
So everybody's gonna have to tune into the fella. We gonna get you on there too. So we gonna get Green Eyes on there too. Shit, you know, because that's gonna be it's behind the paywall. So that's gonna be that shit. I mean, Fellas Podcast is already uncensored.
Right.
But that's gonna be that shit where we talk about men and women shit, because that's what the viewers and the listeners want to hear.
Exactly.
That's what they keep on asking me. That's our number 1 shit is relationships and battle of the sexes and shit.
Oh man, I said. We start having that talk, man. It go crazy.
I'll get you there.
You know,
I got another studio that we do the podcast at when we got guests, but we gonna do the After Dark at our spot. We want a more organic.
I want to come to y'all spot,
and
I like the topics you guys was talking about too, man. Yeah, like you said, y'all was getting into it. You know, it was a chick there. She was talking about like the roles, and y'all was talking about the male roles and leading. I know those conversations need to be had.
Yeah,
those are conversations that need to be had.
I'm gonna say this on camera too. Look, in a relationship, somebody has to be the established leader. There's no 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's the leader, and somebody's somebody. I mean, let me tell you like this: it could be 60-40, right? But somebody has to lead, because if you don't got a leader, it's like a job. It's like a corporation. If you don't have a CEO, then how's the corporation gonna run? You know what I'm saying? Now everybody has important roles in relationships.
Yes.
Everybody, you know, but it has to be somebody that takes the leadership role. Point blank. Period.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
And he's 100% correct, but let's not mislead any of these viewers to believe that women want that 40%. I believe about 80% of them want to do about 40%. But he's making a great point for y'all.
Yeah. Well,
because if you really say if you really just ask them, like, no, just if you just really ask and say, hey, at the end of the day, do you really remember two could play that game?
Yeah.
He said, brother, I done this many a time. Did she want to pay for the bill? I'm 30 years old. A woman don't. People that have money. Why don't people realize that people that have money don't want to pay for stuff? That's a whole nother conversation for a thing too, right?
That is.
People forget.
Yeah.
You ever given to them Grammys and them Oscars and them Emmys and see them $100,000 gift bags?
Yep.
So it's just a different level, because if you want to talk to a man that has $100,000 and $200,000 and $1 million, he's used to a comp life. Unless he's a trick ass nigga.
Yeah.
If he's not a trick ass nigga and he's he's in position and he's handling his business. I'm just saying. But they don't want. That's a different.
Yeah, that's
get too good.
We gonna get on that on.
We'll get on that next time
on the Patreon.
Fellas podcast coming soon.
Yeah, the After Dark is coming real soon, and I think we're always gonna have a woman guest host, because I want to hear both sides of the coin.
No, you gotta.
You know what I'm saying? I want the women to say their perspective too and have their perspective put in. I don't want to seem like I'm sexist or biased to anything. So on that is going to always be a woman co-host.
That's how we get the growth.
Yes,
because they're the intricate part of it.
Yes,
they have us. Yes. We here because of women. You know what I'm saying? My dad hit the you know what I'm saying? Mom stayed. You know what I'm saying? You know the statistics with that. So the women, we need the women to speak their part and let us know how they feeling and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We don't ever want it to come across like that. That's a fact.
Yeah, I'm not. A lot of people they think that they're something that they're not. So a lot of dudes, they think they're like ultra red pill and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then you look at their life, you be like, wait a second, dog, you're a fucking beta. How the fuck you red pill?
And a lot of these alphas be not alphas.
No,
like,
they're,
you know what
they're
I mean?
I call them inspiring alphas.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or you ask a chick about something and they describe, a woman might describe what they think alpha is, and we be in the back of her head like,
no. Well, see, men and women's perspectives are different.
Very much.
Just
so.
like the same if a man and a woman cheats is kind of a little bit different.
Yeah, right. Physical, mental, reasoning, all that.
Yeah, if they cheat, is more emotion. If we cheat, is just fucking, we're fucking. You know,
and I feel like it's the emotion of us letting them down, because I don't believe I don't want to believe that women want to be like us. Men, we gonna do that. I don't believe women want. I believe women want to be with one good solid dude. That's what they really want. All that, nah, nigga, fuck that. I can do. That's not what you want.
Mm.
What's your foundation?
Yeah.
My mom always told me, let's start from the foundation. Why do you feel this way? And then then the conversation ensues, right?
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. A lot of people. I think they watch a lot of YouTube and different reality TV shows, so they base their relationships off of that.
Everybody want to be goals.
Yeah,
they want to be the mirror goal of themselves. They don't want to be the next level of themselves. Right now, we're just in a present form of something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The potential of where you're gonna go, brother. Who knows, right? So it's like we can't be acceptance of this. We should just be happy for this and just stay perpetual. There is no making it. There is no up. There is no down. I just want to be perpetual.
Yes.
Bruce Lee theory. Water. Conform to anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Put water on a plate. It's as flat as the plate. Put it in a cup. It conforms to the cup. If I'm adaptable to any situation, and shouts out to my guy Jay Gallen, and malleable. Did I say it right? That word where it's like like Wolverine. You just
you said it right.
It's nothing you can do. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to be perpetual. You know what I'm saying? Because once you stop, it's over, man.
And that's the problem. Don't stop.
Right. Don't.
Like the way I judge people is when their back's against the wall. So everybody has a time when their fucking back's against the wall, and you either gonna pivot and move a different way and figure the shit out, or you just gonna crumble.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
facts.
I don't want to hear the I made it out the mud story, because everybody made it out. For the most part, everybody made it, especially like we all made it out the mud.
My mom always talk about that theory you just talk about.
Mm-hmm. Like
the made it out the mud. Everybody get tired of that story.
Yeah, I want to hear.
That's fine, but give us another narrative.
I want to hear you fighting through your problems and shit. You know what I'm saying? And like I tell people, like everybody needs to find their therapy, right? It doesn't have to be seeing a fucking shrink or whatever. It could be fucking smoking. As long as you ain't smoking.
I was like, this could be right. This could be a therapy. Getting around good people, keeping a good power circle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A good group of people you can have these conversations with. You know what I'm saying? Like, get off the internet, get off television. You know what I'm saying? I'm in LA, I'm in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Like, Only one of the places has a TV. I don't need it. You don't need it.
Mhm.
I don't need to go to that all the time. I don't need to feed myself that all the time. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. So my question is, when you gonna come out with your own cannabis line?
Bad.
I mean, like, dog. I mean, you like
And just call it G6 and call it a night.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm smoking on that G6.
man,
So that even goes together, right?
I already had something that I saw something that had me want to like get into it. So it's like, but it's a lot of money behind that game. And I mean to get in the game, like to get in the games and in the regular. I was kind of waiting to kind of see where certain little regulations went. You know what I'm saying? Because they was rushing shit and all that stuff. But now it's kind of open territory. So I think, I'm gonna start getting busy. What you got the plug? What we gotta do?
I know some people.
I know a few people out here that G5, G13 Planet. I know all the little people that got the cultivation joints with them, but I don't know. I kind of gotta really rock with people to really be on that type of shit.
I know somebody that shit is expensive and rigorous, and I know somebody that got their own.
It's a real
strain.
job.
Yeah,
you gotta put the money up and then pay the dude to do it, and then make sure that makes exponential so everybody eats, right?
Yes, you got it's a lengthy process, but
it's money.
But if you're down with it, hey, the marathon continues, obviously, and like everything's not a fucking sprint; it's a marathon. You know what I'm saying? So,
patient, aggressive. I call that aggressive. Was it patiently aggressive or aggressively patient?
Yeah,
patient.
You should come out with your own liquor line too, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna come out with my own fragrance.
That's dope.
I'm working on that.
Yeah, I'm a big fragrance.
I feel like it's a lot of work in that. These are just ideas. I want to do these things. I want to do.
That shit is expensive. Like, you think the fucking.
Who you telling?
No, I try. Like, I'm a big fragrance person.
It's my first name, so it's like I'm gonna have my fragrance, and then it's like if a chick ever asks me, I just say my fragrance is my first name. But
that'd be dope.
Off
like
camera,
signature.
Right now.
Yeah, signature.
Because anybody that mess it up, patent pending, and then I'm
after. You don't have to serve them those papers.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, everything is contractual.
Yes. Hey man, I think this was a good episode, bro. We definitely gonna have to get you back on, and we're gonna have to get you on the podcast. That's pending. That's been the worst. That's been the fucking headache.
Because everybody working, man.
Yeah, everybody's like chasing a man. Like,
into it.
I got people in two different states.
In this time, right. In this time,
I only surround myself with winners.
And they look at what they booming. Yeah. They in booming places.
Look, last week we just went down and got their Corvette. My boy just bought the Corvette, his second car for this year.
Oh yeah, got the Corvette, huh?
So we went down to Salt Lake. I've been hearing a
lot about Corvettes lately.
Yeah, I'm not an American car driver. I only like Asian imports.
Oh, Asian imports. Okay.
Yeah. I'm a big foreign. I had an Audi. That's fun. Love it. But I'm a Toyota guy myself, so I love a Lexus.
Okay, you like Lexus. That's dope.
Yeah, so we definitely gonna have to get you on that. It's gonna be in a few weeks, so everybody,
please
stay. There's a couple people that actually hit me up about that shit because I said I prematurely.
This is the first episode of this.
Mm-hmm.
So we really just set it off.
We just set it off. Yeah, Champagne Talkz, episode 1. Hey, shout out to I Do It Better Media. Hey, because they blessed us with the cameras and the media. If you need somebody
Shout out to who?
I Do It Better Media.
Shouts out to I Do It Better Media.
So if you need a video shot, if you need a show shot, if you need fucking whatever you need shot.
If you want the glow that we got right now, you see how we gleaming and glowing right now, you want to look like us right now, you holla at them.
Hey, I Do It Better Media, get you right. Shout out to G6 for blessing us with this first episode.
Man, I appreciate it, man.
Shout out to Studio 77 too.
Shouts out to Studio 77. Shouts out to you, man. He gave me some flowers. I got to get the flowers right back.
I appreciate it,
this brother's working, you know what I'm saying, amongst other brothers that are working, and he stepped outside of his time and his day to come link up with another young brother that's working. So, those are your flowers, brother. I appreciate that.
I appreciate you.
Bottles of Don Julio and stuff like that. The setting, the vibes, you know what I'm saying? I've only been here a few times, and every time I came through, it was epic. So
it's going to be, every time, it's going to be epic. We treat our guests right.
The humility, anybody that comes on, man, I mean, this man has the aura of humility, man. Real talk.
Man, I appreciate that.
And that's genuine. Facts.
I appreciate that. Hey, Champagne Talkz, and we out.
We out.